on YouTube later today. Comes straight from Destiny Wrestling, Greektown Wrestling. He's in Japan. I've been following him for a few years now. I've worked a couple shows with him. He doesn't know. I don't know if he remembers me. But yes, I'm excited to have you here, Channing. Today's not about me; it's about you. So we'll dive right in. Why wrestling? What's the big thing? Why wrestling for you?
Why wrestling? It's my passion. It's my love. It lights me on fire. I adore performing. I adore the athletics. I love the psychology. I love the creativity. It's a lot of things that I've been blessed with and rolled up into one. So it's no surprise to me that I was drawn to that medium. As a child, I adored it, as you might imagine, and then as an adult, or I should say even a teen, backyard wrestling and all that stuff. And throwing the pillows down in my parents' living room when we were kids, it started right there, and it just kept going. I never let go of the dream, I guess,
Yeah, I can tell you're involved everywhere. And it's awesome, man. The fans love you. We love you. We're proud to have you here.
I appreciate you guys' support. I know you guys have been on the Instagram supporting me for some time now.
Yeah, 100%, right? Always gotta support the locals. Love Canada up here. So you have had a few runs in Destiny. What's your favorite match so far that you've had at Destiny?
My run's been pretty crazy there, really. It's a shame that a lot of that footage is not actually available for more fans to see it, actually. But matches that stick out for me was Moose and I did some absolutely crazy things together. I really feel that I pushed him to a place that, he was definitely open-minded to going to, which I appreciated. The matches include G. Raver and I had a death match at Destiny. That might probably be their only death match they've ever booked, I would imagine. That was crazy. He's a tremendous worker. He got really nasty injury recently too, so I think he's on the mend there. Who else? I mean, you might be as good as me to remember these. I had a great match with Justin Zane. I had I had that four-way when I came back from Japan. And what was I doing before that? I had a big one. I guess I was involved with Sean Spears and Marcellus Rule. I was involved there with the title picture and all that. So I've been fortunate to work with good people there, and it's been a good platform for me.
Since we're on that topic, I'm going to tell you that quick little story. So George texts me. He's like, I need you to do sound today. So we came to that event. It was Haywire. You were cashing in.
Yeah.
He didn't want to ruin it for me. So he's like, Channing's winning. He didn't tell me Marty was winning. We had your music ready, and then he brings out Marty, and he switched it at the last second. But the fact there was you fought Sean Spears that night, and you came to the back, and my girlfriend was all nervous, and you were showing her much music to play because apparently they uploaded your first intro song, but you have a different one now. It was the second one.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I remember that. You came back there and she was all flustered and nervous, and just a funny story that me and her always talk about. So I just wanted to tell you that one.
Well, you know what? If you bring Channing Decker on the show, you get Channing Decker. So I get to tell you that wasn't a very funny story for me. I worked very hard on that storyline with that briefcase, and I'm not saying I don't mean to put you on blast here. George put you guys in place that. And if that's a role that you guys weren't able to fulfill, then I wish there was some communication there. So obviously having the music play way too early, put a chance in that briefcase and put us all in a tough spot. We had to be professionals and think on our feet and react accordingly to the situation. So we all understood that. I'm the kind of guy, as you see, I didn't get in your face in the night. I didn't get in George's face. It was what it was. That's wrestling. You make the best of it. You move forward. So there's my own version of your funny story, bro.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean funny like in a diss to anything. Like, you know what I mean? It was like he just put it on the spot, and we were trying to do the best we could, right? And I did all the top of your song, and
you know what I mean? So, we'll be better for it next time, right?
That's right? We move forward. It makes us, our mistakes make us better. No mistake doesn't improve, right? So, where did Greektown Wrestling come from? It's growing. You hear more about it every day. We follow it. Where did that come from, that idea? With you and Trent Gibson, if I'm correct.
That's it. So Trent is my brother, shoot brother. We grew up in the Greektown area of Toronto, here in the community there. So, I was always very involved in that community, whether it be the church or whether it's be on Danforth itself and working on the restaurant as a kid. And of course, we build lifetime friendships and family friends and family that can be in the community. So when it came time for finally me to get on the road at a wrestling school, I just noticed pretty quickly that I was selling 30, 40 tickets to these local events, for another promoter basically. So after about a year of that, I figured, maybe this is something that I can collect some support from local businesses, which was there for me. And long story short, that's how the show came to be. The show itself, I think the platform in which I created for it was to help elevate talent that wasn't being really heavily featured elsewhere. So right off the bat, you differentiate yourself away from that. Another model that I broke away from was I was sick and tired of seeing shows that spent money on one guy, really didn't pay much attention to the rest of the card. So I really shifted my focus to having a really balanced wrestling card from start to finish. And I really felt that, all the guys make a little more money each that way. All the guys are growing because they're getting put in situations where they have to grow into. And, 5 years left later, the promotion, I should say, is as hot as it's ever been. My creativity is as limitless as it's ever been. There's a lot of road for Greektown Wrestling. There's a lot of road for Channing Decker.
Yeah, 100% right. And with social media, everything explodes today, and the wrestling business, I feel, is blooming, and I love all the promotions. I'll be honest with you. I try to watch as many as I can to the advantage right now. So yeah, I check out everything I can, and we're pumped. We want to congratulate you guys on Greektown Wrestling, and keep moving forward with it because it's definitely a blessing. No problem. Your favorite male-female wrestlers that hopefully you get to work with one day.
That are left, so okay, these are ones that I haven't worked with yet. To me, I love Brock Lesnar. I hope to go toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar. At WrestleMania at the Sky Dome, of course, for the WWE Championship. I intend to retire him in that match, too, actually. So that'll be a big one for me. I'm looking forward to doing that. And in terms of, what the other question was, who I think the greatest woman wrestler is right now?
So if you have to work with a male or female, so who's your favorite guy you'd like to work with?
I hate to mispronounce her name, but I believe she's on NXT now. Is it Shirai? What is the part?
Cheryl. I can't. Cheryl Lee, I think. Cheryl. Yeah, I can't say it either.
Well, whoever there's this. She's absolutely so hardcore. I love her athleticism. She's super lightning fast in the ring. I think that her and I would have a crazy match. And so that would definitely be one of the matches I'd love to look at.
Charlotte, right? She's fighting Charlotte Flair now, right?
Honestly, I can't say that I'm enough to know what's happening right now, but she at War Games, I think she came back at War Games and she pushed it up and it was rad. Yeah, that's to me that was when I was a convert. I was like, I think she's one of the best there is right now.
That'd be awesome.
Male or female, so.
Right? So today we call everybody superstars. I think it's awesome, and I love males working with females and vice versa. Like everybody working together, tag matches. It's fantastic for the business, and it's also fantastic for the fans. I'll be honest with you, we love it. So yeah, let's move. Your favorite match all time in your career so far? What's your favorite match
of my own career? Honestly, probably the last match I had before the pandemic for a lot of reasons. For me, I'm always growing and I'm always working, so I'm able to top myself like all the time. So the fact that my most recent match to me is my most favorite is it's part and parcel to that ideology, but as well it was a special night with me and Matthew Justice, in Greektown. It was the first death match I ever booked in Greektown. To me, and it was also an official. I got the blessings from the BJW office in Japan to host that match under their regulations, and they advertised it as such as a match that was sanctioned by BJW. So that's the first time they ever did anything like that in Canada. So for a number of reasons, for me as a promoter, as a booker, as a talent, like the match was insane. We pushed ourselves in such different ways, and we had so much fun. You know what I mean? I haven't. Matthew Justice is one of the performers that really does think a ton like me. And maybe even more of the best parts of me, so it allows me to do the best parts of myself. So you combine all that into sold out crowd, and it's magic for a wonderful evening.
It is 100%. We can't wait to get back to that after this pandemic.
And that match is going to be free on the Greektown YouTube in the next week or two. So you guys will
definitely going to check it out. We'll give it a shout out on our page as well. But it's really up, and I'm looking forward to it. Ultimate goal. What's your ultimate goal to get out of wrestling? If there's a place you want to work, what's your ultimate goal?
So I had the good fortune of learning very early on in pro wrestling that it was a lesson taught to me by MVP, who was taught to him via Dean Malenko. And that lesson was this: that the journey, the jewel of pro wrestling is not at the end of the journey. The jewel of pro wrestling is the journey itself. So I'm very much on that journey and living my dream right now. My goals as a wrestler, as a performer, as a promoter, as a human, as a man, are to always challenge myself and to grow. If I'm able to win one WWE championship, I'm going to want 10. If I'm able to win 10 AEW championships, I want to win 100. So, or I want to own the company, or I want to, talk global expansion. I want big ideas. So that's going to be the way, as far as I'm concerned, until the day I go. And I'm always looking forward to those new opportunities.
Yeah, well, that's awesome, right? You're learning everything behind the scenes, promotion, you're the booker, it's everything, right? It's your life, and it's awesome, I'll be honest with you. You're always busy. I see you on social media, too, all the time. So it's amazing, man, and
I'll just great opportunity for you to say this, because the word that got taught to me early, too, from Hunter, who was booking at Ring of Honor there for a long time now, was undeniable. When he looks for talent, he's looking for talent that is undeniable. Yeah. And, as far as I took those words to heart in the sense that whether or not I think that he's right or wrong, or just me, whatever it was, is that, if you do bring yourself to a place of undeniability, if somebody can't look at you without seeing dollar signs, you're gonna get where you need to go. So handle what you can handle, work on you, and you know what I mean, the rest will follow.
That's right, do the work, right? So undeniable. And we can see that with you. The fans can see that with you. Promotions can see that with you. So it's fantastic, right?
You're really starting to feel that way more too. Apart from people like you, I'm really fortunate to have so many great fans who are in my face with their support. I mean, they're sending me messages, DMs, or engaging with me on social. And it means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Like, it may sound corny, it may sound cheesy, but you know what I mean? It's the people who are really intimately in touch with what you're doing, not necessarily just saying, "Oh, you're a hot guy," or you're going to be famous, nothing like that. But the people who are paying attention to my craft, what I do as a wrestler, that means a lot that they're paying attention. So it validates me as an artist. It validates my soul, and that's to me the fuel that allows me to operate.
Oh, 100%, right? And like I said, we love you 100%, right?
I love you guys,
and we appreciate, like, a lot of wrestlers, they do communicate back, especially in the indie scene, and you guys don't have to do that, but you do it, and it's fantastic. And coming from you, like, we don't sound cheesy, but I'm sitting here with you doing an interview, like, imagine how we feel, right? So it's fantastic, and we thank you for that 100%. And it's awesome. Out of this pandemic, it's helped us all grow. Like, this is a dream of mine to go off script here. This is a dream of mine to be interviewing wrestlers. And look, I'm sitting here with you. I got to talk about this all day. I'm probably not going to sleep tonight, but
you're doing your job. You know what I mean?
So, it's awesome. So, dream match. Oh, you picked Lesnar, right, for that one?
That would be. There's a number of them, but I mean, that's I like the ostentations. I like to be bold in my proclamations or predictions for myself. So that's shoot the moon, right? I mean, WWE champion or whoever, maybe Kenny Omega, whatever wonderful matches are ahead of me. You know what? I'll use this as a moment to say, because I thought about it. Yeah, I'm sure he was going to ask me what are my goals coming up and all this, so I thought about it. To me, I want to go somewhere where I'm respected for who I am. You know what I mean? I definitely don't want to be a body. I don't want to be just a jacked, hardcore guy. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's if you're signing Channing Decker, you know what I mean? I'm coming with a lot of wonderment in my heart, in my mind, and I want to be that person. So, I want to go to a promotion that allows me to be that way. I want to be in Japan in a lot of ways too. So, for me, I definitely look forward to returning to Big Japan afterwards, after the pandemic, and just put my star there. And I'm certainly very excited to build a Canadian scene. You know what I mean? Like, I do have some very exciting projects on the go that I will keep to myself today, but just are really give a lot of optimism too for the evolving stage that is Canadian independent wrestling right now. So I'm really kind of trying to shoot a number of shots in a number of different ways. I'd like to go back to the States to wrestle as well. I'm very fortunate now, especially a lot of the interviews I'm doing. I'm getting a lot of viewership in the States. So they're they're telling me that they already know about my shit from Japan and the death matches. So that's been a blessing to know that my name is there, even though I'm not. And I definitely look forward to returning to the States. So if that's with AEW, that would be wonderful. I think that could be really a good marriage there.
Yeah, well, you can't argue. I'll be honest with you. You're hard to ignore. The talent in the ring, the way you present yourself, you promote yourself, how professional you are. it's hard to ignore. And I'll be honest with you, I'm hoping you go to AEW. Reason, I would love to see you work with Kenny Omega. I know Lesnar's not there, but I've seen you live, and I'd love to see you go against Hangman Page, Kenny Omega, or find a tag team and take on the Bucks. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think the limitless possibilities for you in AEW. I'd also love to see NXT. So we'll see what happens, right? With all that. I won't ask you which one you prefer because it doesn't matter, right? As long as you get.
You know what? I think that, and you know what? If there's other wrestlers listening, you know, I really do feel that like truth is liberation. So not to question, just speaking your truth. My truth is that whoever presents me with the contract, I'm going to digest it. I'm not going to jump at the first offer that I get. I'm going to look at the deal. I'm going to speak to other promotions to see if there is other interest in me as I contemplate this offer. I'm going to make sure that I go to the right place. You know what I mean? I'm very confident in my skills. I'm very confident in my ability to bring a lot of value to a promotion. And I want to make sure that, you know, the respect is mutual and that I'm able to be myself for them.
100%, right? And that's the great thing about today is we have so many promotions, right? So
we have options as workers.
Yeah, there's a lot of options out there. You don't got to rush into anything, and that's what makes it great, right? And from a fan's perspective, you can show up anywhere at any time. And
you know, I totally agree. You know, I've said a few places where I'd like to go, but the truth is, like, you know, when I fit right in with the ECW legends at Impact Wrestling, you know, it would be a really, I think, easy marriage to have them usher in the new generation of hardcore stars. You know, of course, NXT, you know what I mean? They're getting their hands involved in the violent stuff too because they see that it's trending around the world. So, you know, there's absolutely room there. You know, let's talk about this too. There's no, like, the prominence of deathmatch wrestling in North America is limited to the independent scene primarily. So, you know, the first major organization that decides they want to dip their toe into deathmatch wrestling, you know, there's 10 stars waiting in Japan now, and, you know, there's probably another 10 between, you know, myself and America here. So, you know, I think there's a big splash to be made there. I think deathmatch fighting right now is super in vogue because I think the fans see the passion. You know what I mean? It's not just the chicanery; it's the blood, the intensity in the eyes, and the violence. And what I learned when I went to Japan was that here, you know, for all you said about me today, for the athlete you portrayed me to be, know that when I went to Big Japan, I was just running with stallions. I was in the pack. You know what I mean? I was myself, and I was unique to me, and fans adored me. But that's the level that they're competing at over there. I'm working with fucking race fucking stallions at the top level. Like, these guys are. I learned so much from being around them in the room, from listening to them talk about putting a match together, watching them in the ring, watching the way they carry themselves after the match. Something in Big Japan and in Japan as a whole that I'm led to understand is that, contrary to the situation as is in the North American independents, is that the stars are involved just as much as anybody else in the company in setting up a ring, tearing down a house. So you may have the biggest stars in the world in Japan, pardon me, say, carrying boards. So, you know what I mean? That's the level of humility and the respect they have for the sport of wrestling in Japan. And it's definitely a lesson I brought back with me. You know, it's something that was hammered into me from my parents too, you know, humility. But it was really emphasized there. It took me all of about 3 seconds to realize, because when I went over there at first, I was thinking, you know, this might be nice. I might be treated like a real star. I want to lift boards. And I saw Abdullah Kobayashi walk around the corner with boards. I just ran to the truck. I better get myself some fucking boards. You know what I mean?
You got to get right in there.
Yeah, I took my hands out of my pockets and just got going.
I had no idea they did that there still. That's great for the sport. Everybody involved. Makes everybody's life a little bit easier. So that's awesome, man. We can't wait till you go back to Big Japan. I want to end off with what are you doing next? But with the pandemic, you know what I mean? I guess you have a few options there.
I do. I definitely have an answer for you. Don't fret not. You know, one of the coolest things that I've been able to do right now is, as you said, is put together these conversations on Instagram. So, you know, I'm definitely every week now, about twice a week on my own Instagram platform at the Channing Decker. I'm hosting conversations with some of the most interesting wrestlers in the world, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I've already talked with New Jack, Abdullah the Butcher, Homicide, Joey Bryan, Trey McGill was on last night. You know, just a lot of really cool people. So, picking their brains and learning from them, and even just sharing stories about being together and stuff. Of course, I'm even forgetting, Jerry Lynn was on, Becky Whipwreck, Guido, like, we're having some cool people. So, You know what I mean? I'm going to keep doing that. I've been working tirelessly on updating the Greektown Wrestling YouTube library. So there's lots of free content on Greektown Wrestling YouTube. You guys can check that out. And during the pandemic, there's going to be more uploaded still. And beyond that, I'm working on plans for when Greektown Wrestling returns. I'm going to be listening to guidelines from the province to make sure that I do this in a safe and timely manner and collect my creativity and put it in that motion. So that's what I'll be up to. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can watch me on
I want to talk to you about that.
It's okay. I played Chris Jericho. I played.
I know. I watched.
I played myself. I played a jobber. I played everything. So
it was
I had a lot of fun doing that. Thank you, bro. And let me just say to you, dude, thank you for your continued support. Thank you for promoting the independent wrestling scene here in Toronto. Yeah, thank you for your time, bro, and I look forward to entertaining you in Peru when I return, my bro.
I'll be there. Honestly, I'm going to head down to Greektown Wrestling once.
Please do. Can't wait to have you.
I got to ask you one more, because you said one more for the road. I was interviewing, because I watched that documentary. New Jack was way back. I was young. How was interviewing New Jack? I watched it, but for the people that...
Yeah, how was it? I mean, I think part of what makes me special is that I just really speak with my heart and my spirit. I don't judge others, you know what I mean? So I think that anytime you bring that to the table, people know that they're not being judged and their guard is let down. So we connected right away. You know, we had a relationship before the conversation, so I wasn't surprised. But, you know, I think time and time again, people keep getting surprised. Oh, Sabu was a nice guy. What do you mean? Well, guess what? If you treat people without respect in this world, there's certain people that just bite back a little harder. So, you know, those guys have all my respect. They treated me with nothing but respect. As far as I'm concerned, they treat the right people around them with respect. You know, and you know, their behavior does not necessarily speak for my own. I just know that my personal connection to them has been wonderful, and I judge not. So.
Yeah, no, he was awesome. I watched that documentary.
And thank you for watching, dude.
No problem. Thank you, Channing. So today, guys, we have Channing Decker. Make sure you listen. And stay safe. Have a great week.
See you, bro. Take care.